Hello, welcome to the series about Rugby League Bet Review for tonight's live Rugby League. It's actually 5 games in Super League. Amazing busy night tonight. The live game, obviously, St Helens against Warrington, which is fair enough. Following on from last night's crazy game where Hull KR scoring 50 points at Wakefield, were on fire for a little while, but obviously with a stumble at Salford last week and then got absolutely smashed last night. Hull KR, I mean, how can you predict some of these results? Scored 50 points a game in West Yorkshire. Obviously, they've won at Leeds, they've won at Wakefield, and won at Castleford. It's unbelievable, really, how some of these results have gone this season. It's so hard to predict, but we'll have a go. Like I said, Warrington go to the Langtree Park tonight. Four points to concede on the handicap. They're about 1 to 2 to win the game. You can get about 7 to 4 for Saints. I mean, Warrington, both teams are a bit shaky here. Saints have lost 3 of the last 4. I mean, the home form's not been too bad. Warrington, they've lost 4 of the last 7, to be honest, but they look really impressive last week's game against Leeds, back to the best. But it's just really hard to tell how these games are going at the moment. Like I said, this is a strange little game. I think 5 of the last 7 games have actually been won by the away side, which included Saints winning at the HJ back in March it was. So games for the away teams do well there. I think in the old days Saints used to do particularly well at Warrington, didn't they? But I do think Warrington's kind of getting back to the best form now, so I think they'll win this. It's a handicap, like I say, it's around 4 or 6. If you can get 4, Warrington's conceding 4. Like I said, you think if they're going to win this, they'll win this quite well. They look slick again against Leeds, and all these have been having real trouble, but Warrington won that game really comfortably. Saints, they lost to Hull last week, conceded a lot of points, and they were really poor at Magic the week before. So yeah, I do fancy Warrington tonight, I must admit. Probably value better the game. Probably LMS. I know Saints, like Cunningham in his old days, used to like to crash over from close range to score a try. That's the way Saints like to do it. They like to barge over across to the, if they're 10 yards out or 5 yards out, instead of getting the ball out wide, getting the overlap, they do like just to get the big man crashing over the line. And that man's usually LMS. So I think at 4-1 is really good value to score a try tonight. I think you could really entertaining game with a few points in it. Another option to the handicap was 11 to 10. You can get Warrington half time, full time. Like I say, you can get 7 to 4 for Saints if you fancy them. Not really for me, I must admit. What Walsh is missing to add to the team. We've got Sims and Westwood are out for Wire, which but they'll definitely be misses. But I mean, obviously Sandow's back now, playing really well. But in the match, so I think this could well be a battle at the hook, in the ruck area. I think whoever wins the ruck area probably win the game. And for me, it's Clark and Rory. They're both about 9 to 1. Sandow's a fair enough 9 to 2 favourite for man in the match, but for me, I think whoever wins the battle between Clark and Roby, both about 9 to 1. Now that's where this game will end up. So I think back Clark and Roby, man of the match. I think they've been my tips. I said there's 4 of the games tonight. Really, Hull at home to Widnes covering 16. They've got 16 points to cover at home. You can actually get 92 Vikings fans. I think they could follow up an amazing win against Huddersfield. I think they were 16-0 down and come back and win. But they couldn't buy a win before that, Widnes. And Hull are probably the best team in the league. They've won by quite some distance. I think they've won 8 of the last 9, something like that. They've been very consistent. Obviously, they got absolutely smashed at Widnes way back in March. So you think they'll probably want to revenge that. So I do think they can cover a 3-score handicap. Intriguing game at the AJ Bell Stadium where Wigan travel to Salford. Now they're 15 to 8 for the Red Devils to beat Wigan. Wigan haven't been flying by any means this season. I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy at Castleford, but they actually played some good rugby, scored a lot of points. But around about 4-9, I really don't fancy Wigan. I have to say it. But 15 to 8 for Salford. I mean, Wigan have been scraping home in games. You can probably see that happening again tonight. You wouldn't be surprised if Wigan won this for something like 1 to 5 points. So I do think probably the value here would be Salford getting an 8 point star in the handicap. Where they've been scoring points, they scored 38 against Wakefield last week. I really can't see Wigan winning by more than that. I think maybe Wigan could just scrape home, but I think probably the value in the game would be Salford on the handicap. But Helens, I see a sign of the times. Catalan giving Leeds a 10 point start at Headingley. 1 to 3 for the Dragons to win there. You can get 5 to 2 for Leeds to be the team that have never won Super League at home. It's unheard of. I mean, what's going on? They were awful in the second half last week at Warrington, but I mean they've got about 9 players out. Like Moon Hall, they're all missing. Burrows has gone this time. It's just Hardacre's missing. It's just not working. It's unbelievable how this has all changed from the treble winning side of last year. But like I said, Leeds is hopeful. Full of being conceding lots of tries in the second half of games. The hopeful have been quite consistent. So 3 to 10 Catalan. I think Magic Weekend probably just hinted at the travel sickness that they seem to get every year. Just might be starting to catch up with them. So I wouldn't fancy them at 3-10. So maybe could probably look to Leeds to keep this inside 10. I think they probably can. It's got players, so I think Taylor's out for Catalan, which he'll be a big miss. So maybe I think Leeds can definitely. The fans seem to all be with them at Henley, so I think Leeds can probably keep this tight enough to stay inside the 10-point handicap. And the final game we've got Huddersfield against Castle. This is one of them games that really could go either way. I know, like I said, what I mentioned before, I think there was a lot of criticism of Ben Taylor's performance for the Castleford Wigan game last week, but it's worth forgetting, that they're not worth forgetting. Wigan actually still scored 33, which is a lot of points. Castlefords defence wasn't great, the discipline wasn't great either. Okay, they're probably on the end of a few poor decisions from Ben Taylor, but it's hard to forget that they did concede a lot of points. Huddersfield again were lonely in the league like Leeds, but their own form is really starting to pick up. They beat Warrington lately at home. They are starting to get a few results at home, and they're really gradually starting to improve. Like I said, they conceded 16-0 up and lost last week, so they've had a massive rocket from below in their ears. So you can think if that happens again, they won't lose that this time. And you can get around 8-11 for a home win, about 6-4 for a away win. I think I'd probably rather take the 8-11 for home win as opposed to making them concede 4. I think this could be tight, but I just think Huddersfield might get home. Maybe if you have any travel tonight, you might look to Warrington -4. Huddersfield just off scratch, maybe about 8-11, and Salford at +8. Like, it's a really good night of rugby tonight. Let's see 5 games in Super League. So I imagine the live game, St Helens against Warrington, they'll be cutting to highlights of the other games quite regular. So like I say, keep it solid tonight. We'll have updates on Twitter of all the games hopefully, and then we'll be back next week for more better reviews on Super League. See you then, and as always, gamble responsibly. See you later.